guys, it's Rob, I hope you're doing good. So today I thought I would go over some of my favourite Eric Johnson inspired guitar licks. There's going to be quite a lot to go through and I don't want this video to drag on too long, so let's get straight into it with lick number 1. Okay, let's check out lick number 1. By the way, if you notice that my clothes are different from now and when I film those videos, that I actually filmed this video the other day and all the licks and everything like that, and then I filmed this talking video demonstrating how I played all these things, and there was an error with the audio when I came to edit it, so I've got to do it again. But all the licks and stuff like that, I was using those from the other day. So anyway, I'm going to walk you through the lick that I just played, and it's basically in an E minor pentatonic scale at the 12th fret. I'm going to just show you how to play the licks as opposed to going over the theory and all that sort of stuff. I just want to show you how to play the licks and talk about more the techniques in terms of picking and everything like that, because I think that's the most important thing, how to capture this sort of sound. So first of all, I'm going to go through the notes of the lick and then I'll talk about the picking. So here's the notes. So my first note is on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, and I'm going 12 to 14 on the 3rd string. Then on the next string down, I'm going 12 to 15. And then on the top string, I'm going 12 to 15 again. So far. As I said, just a straightforward pentatonic scale from these top 3 strings. So after that one, I go back down 2 notes in that scale. So I'm going 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15, back to 12 on the high E string, and then to the 15 on the B. And here's the interesting part, because the next note I go to isn't in the pentatonic scale, but it's the 14th fret on the high E string. That is in the E minor scale, but it's not in the pentatonic, but we're going to go to that note anyway for a little bit of flavour in the lick. So let's just try that again. I'll show you what I did. It's 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15, back to 12 on the high E, and then to 15 on the B, and then to the 14 on the high E. But the way that I get to that 14 is the thing that I want to talk about now. I use what's called economy picking to go to that 14, because I ended my lick on a down pick on the 15 on the B string, and my next note is the 14 on the next string. And I'm basically going to continue my down pick from this 15 onto the 14 on the next string, and I'm basically getting both notes with the same pick. That sort of thing. It's almost like a little sweep if you've ever done any sweep picking or anything like that before. So before then I was doing straight alternate picking. I'm actually starting on an up pick on my 12 on the first note I played. I'm going up down on the next string, up down on the high string, and then I'm going up on the high E and then down on the B on the 15 and continuing that down to get the 14. So all together. That's what we've got. So after that 14, which I've continued my down pick to do, I've economy picked my way to it. I'm going to go back to the 12th fret on the high E, and then I'm going to continue the pentatonic lick back down to the B string. So after the 14, I'm going 12 on the high E, 15 on the B, and 12 on the B as well. Okay, so next I'm on the 14th fret on the 3rd string. And here's another time where I'm going to do more economy picking, and from the 14th fret on the 3rd string, I'm then going to go back to the 15th fret on the B string, the string below it. And again, I'm going to get the 14th and the 15th, both with the same down pick. So I'm continuing my down pick from the 14th fret to also get a down pick on the 15. That sort of thing. So again, let's go through that so far. And then from there, I'm going to continue the pentatonic scale going back down again. So after that 15, I'm going to go 12 on the B with an up pick, and then 14 to 12 on the 3rd string, and then I'm going to go 14 on the 4th string. So far. And then when I get to this 14, I'm also going to do another economy picking lick and go from the 14th on the 4th string to the 14th on the string below on the 3rd string, and again down pick, one down pick for both of those notes. Eventually you want to kind of get used to rolling your finger from the 14 on the 4th string to the 14 on the 3rd string, just so the notes don't mold together and just sound a little bit conflicting. But anyway, after I've downpicked both of those notes from the 14th on the 4th to the 14th on the 3rd, I am then going to basically just continue my pentatonic scale all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to go 12 on the 3rd string on an up pick, 14 to 12 on the 4th string, 14 to 12 on the 5th string, 15 to 12 on the 6th string, and then I'm going to play another high 14 on the 4th string to finish it, which is the root note of the key that I'm currently playing in, which is E, and that's something that Eric Johnson does quite a lot. Quite a lot of blues players actually do that, Joe Bonamassa as well, where they end their phrase by jumping up an octave to the root note. So I'm going from the low E on the 12th fret of the 6th string to the 14th fret on the 4th string to get the same note and end on an octave. So all in all, I'm going to play that lick slowly so you can see all of it in action. But that's lick number 1, those are all the notes, so hope you enjoyed that one, and let's check out lick number 2. Okay, so that was lick number 2, quite similar to lick number 1, and again it's going to use the same concept, so I'll play that one slowly now. I'll go through the notes that I played, still in the key of E by the way for this one. I think I'm in the key for all of these licks that I'm going to play. So the first thing I did was a slide from the 10th fret on the high E to the 12th. Did that with a down pick. And then I did an up pick back to the 10th on the high E. And then did 12 to 10 on the B with a down up. And then I did the 12 on the 3rd string with a down, but then I slid that 12 to the 14 on the same string. So far. And now I'm going to basically do what I just did in lick number 1, but I'm just showing you another way of getting into it, and I'm going to play a little part with a little bit of economy picking again, the same one from the other lick, which is where I'm going to go 12 to 14 on the 3rd string, 12 to 15 on the 2nd string on the B, back to 12 on the 2nd string, and back to 14 on the 3rd string. And this is the one where again I'm going to continue the down pick from this 14 back to the 15 on the B again. So here's all of that part. And then from here I'm just going to continue downwards with my pentatonic scale. Again, same one we just did in the last lick. So I ended on a down on this 15. And now I'm going to go up on the next one, which is the 12 on the B. 14 to 12 on the 3rd string. And then 14 to 12 on the 4th string. So all of that slowly sounds like this. Anyway, that's lick number 2, so let's move on to lick number 3. Okay, so that was lick number 3, and all I'm doing there is using something called triads, which is just groups of notes of three notes at a time. So I'm just going to go through the notes that I used there, and the only strings I used in this lick was the 5th string, the 4th string, and the 2nd string. So those are the only strings you need for this lick, so ignore the 6th string, the 1st string, and the 3rd string. So we're going to go 5, 4, 2 with the strings that we use on all of them. Only one note per string. So the first shape was the 3rd fret on the 5th, the 5th fret on the 4th string, and the 5th fret on the 2nd string. Play those like that. And then we're going to move up to the 5th fret, but do that same shape. So now we're doing 5 on the 5th string, 7 on the 4th string, 7th on the 2nd string, now again to the 7th fret on the 5th string, 9th fret on the 4th string, but this time 8 on the 2nd string. Now here's a cool one, we're going to move up to the 9th fret on the 5th string, 12th fret on the 4th string, and 10th fret on the 2nd string. Now we're going to go to the 10th fret on the 5th string, 12th fret on the 4th, 12th fret on the 2nd. Then we're going to move to the 12th fret on the 5th string, 14th fret on the 4th string, 13th fret on the 2nd. Move that same shape that we just did up to the 14th fret, so 14th on the 5th string, 16 on the 4th string, and 15 on the 2nd. Now we're basically up a whole octave from where we started, so we're going to do that first shape again, but up here on the 15th fret on the 5th string, 17th fret on the 4th, 17th fret on the 2nd, and then that same shape again to finish off here, so 17th fret on the 5th string, 19th fret on the 4th, and 19th fret on the 2nd. So that's a series of triads that takes us all the way from the bottom of the neck all the way up to the top of the neck, something that Eric Johnson does quite a lot in his playing, so I'll just go through those from start to finish slowly. And I just did a little bend on the end, just to finish off the phrase. We're playing them as arpeggios, which means playing one note at a time rather than playing them as a chord. So we weren't doing them like that, we were doing them separately. But if you switch onto a clean tone and you put a bit of delay and reverb and a bit of sparkle on your tone, and you really play about with all those shapes, you don't have to just play them in order, by the way, from either bottom to top or top to bottom. You can actually mix and match and go through them randomly. On a clean tone, that sounds really, really cool. It sounds just like something Eric Johnson would do. So this is what that sounds like with a nice clean tone, just picking randomly through those chords, but actually playing all of the notes at the same time. Instead of using a plectrum, you can just sort of use your fingers and just pluck just those 3 strings all at once, and it sounds pretty cool. So here's what that sounds like. So now let's check out the final lick, lick number 4. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the notes that I played there. Again, it's another pentatonic lick, and it's a cool one because it ends on the open E. Down at the bottom, it sounds pretty cool. So I'm just going to go through the notes there. By the way, I'm going to use a bit more of the economy picking that I was doing earlier in the licks up here, but now I'm going to be down here. So I'm going to start off with a slide from the 5th fret to the 7th on the high E string. And then I'm going to go down through the pentatonic scale here. By the way, that was a down pick from the slide. Now I'm going to do an up pick on the 5th fret of the E. And then I'm going to go 8-5 on the next string down, the B, with a down up pick. And then I'm going to go 5-4 on the 3rd string. And then I'm going to play the 5th fret on the B string again, which is me going back to the root note again. Like I said earlier, keep going back to the root note. It's something that Eric Johnson does quite a lot. So let's go through that part again. Slide first, and then go back through the scale, and then end on the E, on the B string. And now here's the part where we have that economy picking again. So I ended on a down pick on that E, on the 5th fret of the B string. And now I'm going to grab the 3rd fret of the high E with an up pick. And then I'm going to go 5-3 on the B, down up. And then I'm going to go to the 4th fret on the 3rd string with a down pick. So far that part is up on the 3rd fret of the high E, down up on the 5th fret and 3rd fret of the B, 5-3 4th fret with a down. And you guessed it, this is where we're going to continue that down pick from the 4th fret on the 3rd string to get the 5th fret on the B. That sort of thing. So we're going to do this now. And then we're basically just going to go straight back down the scale from this one here. So we're not going to do any more economy picking after we've done that in the lick. So we ended on a down, the continued down from the 4th fret to the 5th fret on the 3rd string to 2nd string, sorry. And then we're going to go back to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string on an up pick. And then we're going to go 4 to 2 on the 3rd string, down up. 5 to 2 on the string above it, the 4th string, down up. 5 to 2 again on the string above it, the A string. And another down up, and as we did an up last, now we're going to end the lick by either playing just the open string or maybe a power chord, just to finish up the lick in E. So anyway, let's go through all of that lick together slowly. Pretty tricky one to do this, especially down here doing that economy picking part, but the more you do it, you really do get the hang of it. I feel like I'm finally getting the hang of it. It's taken me ages to get my head around it, but yeah, I think I'm finally getting there, so still working on it myself. I really like the second part of the lick. It's just a cool little exercise in itself. So there you go guys, I hope you enjoyed those Eric Johnson inspired guitar licks. I definitely enjoy playing them. I'm still working on them myself. I'm not perfect at playing his style. I mean, nobody's perfect at playing Eric Johnson's style because he's just far too good. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please drop it a like, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think. So once again, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, then please click up here to see another one, over here to subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. So thanks for watching.